Hello guys, this is James Bond Gaming here, and I am with
TwitchyAcorn71.
Okay, besides the mediocre name, Twitchy.
hey, funny story behind my name. It's my original Xbox name.
It's his Xbox generated name. So, anyways, we not just now, but we sort of got done maybe an hour ago with the movie for Star Wars. The Force Awakens?
Yes.
That's what
Force Unleashed, The Force Awakens.
Okay, so, Trisha, you go first, and then I'll say my piece.
Alright, so basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to give our overall opinions about the movie, say if it was good or bad, and what we thought of it. So I've already seen the movie twice, so honestly, I got a good opinion about it now. Honestly, when I first saw it, I was slightly disappointed because I felt like it lacked stuff. For example, one, they didn't clarify in the movie what planets were destroyed, and this is, by the way, this is a big spoiler, so if you haven't seen the movie, then sorry.
Spoilers from here.
Yeah, spoilers here. So anyway, just know. It's a planet that can shoot out lasers. How do you not expect there not being a planet blown up in the movie? I mean, really think about it. But back to the point. In the movie, they lacked a lot of stuff. One, they didn't clarify what planets they went to. Two, there was a lot of plot holes they didn't really explain in the movie. So, but in a way, they kind of left a lot of things open for the next movie. And yes, more than likely, there's going to be a next movie. And honestly, how I feel about it is they're going to be coming out with two more basically. So that way, they'll be in total 9 movies. I know I did not do that correctly. There, I can count viewers. 9.
Okay, so that's his piece on it.
Yeah.
Now he's going more with like the technical aspect. I'm gonna go with just like. So, okay. First off, for the warning, if you're a feminazi, or if you're a feminist, I'm a meninist, so you better click off. Okay, so you better click off. If you don't, and you comment in my section getting mad, I'm sorry. I wasn't just trying to make you mad. I'm warning you now because we won't see eye to eye at all. Okay, the movie was fine. It was like, well, it wasn't great. Nothing stood out at first, and I was like, okay, whatever. It's just a general Star Wars movie. And I'm like, oh, we're going to get to see the big fight between Finn and Kylo Ren, the main villain, basically. The main antagonist, there you go. Basically, I'm like, okay, fine, we're going to get to see an awesome battle. No. He gets pwned, and when he gets pwned, guess who saves him? The girl! Right. The girl that he's trying to protect. He looks like a freaking idiot, like, he looks so weak. Mm-hmm. How are they going to make him look strong in the future movies? And it's already shown they don't want to make him look strong because she leaves saying, like, she'll come back to him one day. Mm-hmm. That sounds like a line a guy's going to say to a girl. Like, that sounds like if Luke Skywalker said it to Princess Leia.
Pretty much.
Or something like that.
But that's a sister, so, I mean...
Yeah, I know, but he protected her. So I'll see you sometime other... Or whenever, whoever he might like in the future, we don't know what happens.
Yeah, it'd be basically like Leia going up to Han and being like, I'll come back for you.
So then, like, not only that... She gets to go train with Luke, which we presume is what's going to happen. Something along those lines. She has something to do with Luke.
More likely training. I mean,
and
really.
Why is the female not antagonist, but just the female protagonist, like, how to come out of nowhere? I mean, it's not out of nowhere. We do know that it was hints saying like, oh, she has the Force. She has a really powerful Force. Mm-hmm. She was able to overtake Kylo Ren, I think.
Yeah,
a little bit, like mind at least in the mind.
Mentally,
that one part, and then she did pwn him. But like, where'd she get these skills? I don't care if she did feel the force of the light side. I don't care. You don't just suddenly obtain abilities. There was no training in that. I mean, she had okay combat skills to begin with, but still, it doesn't make sense. I just came out of nowhere.
Well, I think I can kind of take over a little bit. I get what Will's saying, and pretty much how it is. I can kind of like, it's kind of like contradicting what you're saying, but with her, like, apparently she's so strong in the Force that she's quickly grasping the power of it. So she's easily able to earn it. Now, to me, that seems a little bit far-fetched because, one, that means you're instantly getting powers. And honestly, I don't think even Yoda got his powers that quickly, considering the fact that, Yoda's one of the most wisest people in the Jedi Order. One of the wisest Jedis.
Let me make... I don't know if you call it an analogy or I guess basically the similarities between these two movies. I think this is similar. Like this thing, like did a lot of things that Resurrection F did, What are you guessing that is? Oh, I don't know. Frieza becoming as strong as he did out of nowhere in just a couple of months. I don't care if he never practiced. You're not gonna get to that level. Okay, maybe it's justifiable, but how do you know how strong they can adapt? Maybe that they were born with certain limits but that those limits were set when they were born, and that's how strong they were, was where their limits were. They could have said anything, so basically just made a story to make it look like it was possible. And it's just out of nowhere, like no one expected it. It was just there to milk the cow of that money that Akira wants. I mean, it's not because he wanted it; it's because the fan base wanted more movies, and because we wanted more movies, well, he's like, well, I wanted to. That's what he did say before. He wanted to end the series with Frieza, but it didn't happen that way. So I guess that was his final way of hoorah. Mm-hmm. But still, like a lot of people have said, they didn't feel the impending doom like he did at Planet Namek. But that's another story. But see, that's the same way with this girl. How the heck is she even attained power in a matter of seconds? That one split second where the light, I close my eyes, I see the light. Oh, I got power. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. Like he said, Yoda couldn't have done that in that time. He couldn't have just instantly said, I have the power.
Well, the thing was, she didn't really use... Well, here's the thing. She used the Force to influence her, to, get her to, I guess, be able to use the lightsaber better. So really, her using the Force, she never, used the Force during the battle, except to grab the lightsaber. That's all she used it for. Other than that she basically, it was a full-on lightsaber fight. And, she mainly, I guess she might have calmed down, and I don't know.
We just don't see how this happened. Okay, that's basically what we're saying.
Basically, in my opinion. Now, I will say, and I'm going to start naming some of the good things about the movie, because I know we started off bad, but we're actually going to go to good. So, first off, what things they did right... Well, to me, the graphics honestly, to me, it feels like Star Wars. And going back and looking at, Star Wars films, you see it, as iconic. And honestly, I still feel it is, but it's hard, seeing, the CGI we have today and seeing Star Wars with it, it blows my mind how good it looks. And I will say this film is more comedic than it typically is. They put a lot of comedy into the film, and honestly, I felt that was good, but they need to, I think, slightly...
It was overused a little.
Exactly. They overuse it just a little bit. They need to back off just a little bit. That's the only thing I saw on that. But other than that, everything was okay. There wasn't really any memorable fighting scenes, in my opinion. I mean, there's one big part, which wasn't really a big spoiler, but... I actually found out a while back that Han Solo was going to die in the movie. And I was hoping that was not true, but unfortunately it was. Kylo Ren ended up stabbing Han with his own lightsaber. So, with Kylo Ren's lightsaber, he just stabs him. And the thing was, how they set it up was that basically there was the light from the sun. And basically, if you don't know, the planet... Oh, yeah, that's another thing I got to get into. But the planet, or the sun, or star, whatever you want to call it, there was still light when Kylo Ren was talking to Han on the catwalk. Well, what happens is, as soon as the light goes away, Kylo Ren stabs him. So I'm thinking, was there a chance that he was not going to stab him, but then as soon as the light turned off, everything went dark, that meant that Kylo Ren was going to stab him and he changed his mind? I don't know. I don't know if that was his full plan or what, if Disney were just setting it up to make it look like it was going to... there was a ray of hope, and then it just got crushed immediately.
Okay. So this is coming from a guy who watched, I think, every movie?
Every movie, and I've actually seen the Clone Wars too, so...
Yeah, so I am what you call a novice. I have watched bits and pieces of every movie. And I've played the Lego games, but that does not count for much, so...
I played the Lego games too, and honestly, it doesn't count for much. It's just mainly Star Wars, but more comedy in it.
Yep. And it's... I mean, the movie was good, but for, just the average viewer, I think... that it's just meh. It's not great, but it's not bad either for what it is. For what they're trying to make out of it, if you can take away what I said, what I thought was negative, why in the heck did you make what we thought Finn to be the main protagonist, which I know in the character poster it shows the big character is what's her name? Ray. Sometimes it sounded like they were actually saying run. I mean, maybe I have hearing damage or something. But it literally sounded sometimes I thought I heard run.
I mean, band kind of does that to you, so I mean...
So, anyway, it's a good movie for what it is. But if you take away the negatives I thought that were negative, it's a good flick to just go watch and have some fun. But nowhere near, I'd say, what the original trilogies brought to the table. I still will say that it's better. It's not that the original trilogies are better, from what I've watched of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can honestly say, since I've seen everything, I'll say Disney did a good job starting out, but obviously mistakes have been made. And one thing that bugged me was that the fact that they specified the systems they were in, but I didn't know what systems they were. And where they were destroying. They ended up destroying about 5 planets in total. And the one thing that confused me was one of them was Coruscant, I believe, because it looked like Coruscant, but they didn't specify what it was. So that made me think, did they destroy Coruscant? And then there's one scene where they go to this planet that looks like Yavin 4, even though it probably wasn't, because there wasn't it wasn't, you didn't see the actual planet Yavin. It was just, the green planet. So I can't really say anything about that. I don't know. But overall, and one thing in the movie, which I thought was neat though, but I felt like they could have expanded a little bit more on that, was explaining how the planet fired, the Star Killer, it's actually called Star Killer, and literally it is a Star Killer. You see, what it does is it will take energy from a star, pull it into the core, and then convert that into energy that can be fired as a laser. Yeah. And then it can basically spread out and shoot multiple shots. So basically 1,000 times deadlier than the Death Star.
Yeah, and it's a lot bigger too. So
it's 1,000 times bigger.
It's like amazing. But
and they use the planet too. And I thought that was something neat. I've always wondered what would happen if they converted a planet into the weapon. And then I will say the best part of the movie was when it blew up. It was just the whole planet was collapsing on itself, and then the huge explosion just.
Now I'm going to give my overall rating, and then Twitchy's going to give his, and then we're going to have a combined score. So, I would say, if not for the negatives I displayed, if it was just that those negatives were out, I would go with an average rating of 7 out of 10 because nothing was too great, nothing was too bad. It's okay. It's a good movie. You can watch it to have a little bit of fun. Now, with the negatives added in, I would give it a 6 out of 10. It dropped it down like a point because it's just like, it irked me a little. I'm like, why? Because does that mean... Now, it's not... Now, that fate that I said is not sealed, but it looks as if they're trying to make him look weak and he's not going to be a big part. Like, he may be a big part, but he'll be like a side part. Like, kind of like Leia to Luke. She's a main protagonist, but she's the very main one, and she's kind of like a side, like here, we'll throw her in here sometimes. She's not the main focus. That's kind of how I think it might turn out, but it may not. I could be wrong, but my score would be a 6 out of 10. Jacob, yours?
I'm we're kind of close on scores actually. Even though, I love the movie, it's not the best movie of the year. Just being honest, I felt like the movie was hyped up too much, just like Call of Duty Ghost was. I'm using Ghost as the best example because if you ever play Call of Duty Ghost, you know how hyped up it was, and then turned out to be, not as great. Now, I play Call of Duty Ghost. I know this is sidetracking from the point, but I played Call of Duty Ghost, and honestly, I loved it. But then after I stopped playing it and then went back and played it, I realized how bad it was. So, yes. I mean, it's just one of those games you just realize after you played it, oh my gosh, I played this for a year. But pretty much, I'm gonna rate it with all the positives. I'm going to rate it as an 8, but with the negatives, the one thing that got me is I felt like they were lacking. There was so much lacking. They could have done so much. And one thing they've not explained, which I feel like they're going to explain in the next movie, is this guy named Sora, I believe. I cannot pronounce his name. I don't know. But he's basically... I'm confused about his character. I don't know if this is like Darth Sidious. If you know Darth Sidious is basically Palpatine. But if you've seen the prequels. But what gets me is they didn't explain his backstory or anything. We have no clue about this guy, and they talked about him like it was normal. I'm like, who is this guy? I don't know who he is. And to me, I feel like it would be Darth Sidious because he might have just changed his name. I don't know, because of his face and everything. But the only thing is, and if you've seen episode 6, you know that but Palpatine was thrown off into some kind of shaft. I can't remember, and basically he blows up. So just being... So
the combined score for yours is?
I'm going to lower it to a 7. So basically an over 7.5. Just
7.5 you're going to give it?
I'm giving 7.5. I think that's or a very, very close 8. I think that's about a good balance. Okay. I'm not going to say it's a 9 or a 10 for no. No, just no.
Okay, so with a 6, my 6 and his 7.5, that I am pretty sure will bring us to a combined score to literally, I think,
7.
Not 6.8, maybe around there. Like it's in between. You gotta think in between 6 and 7.5.
Well, if you want to round it up, then it's going to be a 7.
Round it up, yeah, well, true. But anyways, that's basically our review. And I think this is not going on the vlog. If you guys want to go see the vlog, I'll probably have that up as well. But I think we're going to do something a little bit after this, just to say a little bit. Like I went into depth a little bit. And I think you did too. So that has been our piece on the movie. Now you can hate on me, but don't comment in the section to hate on Twitchy because it's not even his channel. Don't throw your negativity
here.
Don't throw your negativity. Now I know you probably will throw it at me because I'm the one who said the negative thing. So if you love the franchise, I know you're gonna get butt hurt. There's a lot of people who get butt hurt. I know your armies are coming. I know you're gonna have your little fandoms coming.
The first order is coming. The first order is coming.
Gosh. Okay.
Oh yeah, but anyway, like I said, just overall, is it a good movie? Yes, it is. Is it the greatest movie of the year? No. And for all of you who think it is, that's okay. That's your opinion. We're just stating our opinion. So we're not saying you're wrong. We're just stating how we feel about it.
Yes. Please don't come with your hate trains. I know you'll bring your little gangs up on YouTube, and you'll be like, I hate this guy. Dislike the video. Whatever. I don't know. I've never had